It plays a very central part. The Hague Code of Conduct is the only instrument that really formulates a political commitment by the subscribing states against ballistic missile proliferation, and in that it is a very central instrument in the missile non-proliferation architecture that we have. It is also the only instrument that actually seeks universalization and is open to all states, and therefore, while there's other instruments which are much more confined in terms of their membership, this instrument has a much more legitimacy because it seeks the universalization. Beyond the political commitment that comes with it also on substance, the transparency and the confidence building measures that it puts into place, they're very important to reduce risks, risk of miscalculation, but also escalation risks, and therefore it is quite central to what we do to reduce risks that come from ballistic missiles. The Hague Code of Conduct is quite complementary to other instruments that we already have in the area of ballistic missile proliferation, or non-proliferation rather. The MTCR, for example, the Missile Technology Control Regime, and the Wassenaar Arrangement already put in place controls that limit proliferation of missiles on the supply side, and the Hague Code of Conduct is complementary because it addresses the demand side. The transparency and confidence building measures reduce risks and threat perspectives, and therefore the demand for missiles. More specifically, these instruments are also to some extent mutually reinforcing because for the implementation of export control, having additional information on the national missile programs and space programs is actually really important, and it helps states to have that information when they make their licensing decisions, for example. At the same time, it helped create and strengthen the norm of missile non-proliferation, which also then helps the implementation of measures under the MTCR. It helps more states actually adopt supply-side measures as well as demand-side measures. So there is an interplay that actually is mutually reinforcing and therefore complementary. There is a couple of gaps in terms of the coverage between the different instruments, but it is quite complementary to most of the other instruments that we currently have.